Gotta be removed.
18, I think it was about 18.
That boy on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Peggy, you made reference to the
What's her name?
first name is Ed, last name is Enzer. ENSOR, 1225, 101041.
Lieutenant.
You made reference to the dinners or parties or whatever you're gonna say. In the past, the problem we've run into is the communication.
Talking to Mike, Eddie.
I'm talking as loud as I can, this raggedy thing don't work. Anyway, you only have a limited number that you can put in there. How do you handle that in fairness to all the residents that want to attend and they can't?
Well, I'm not sure if you attended any of the last maybe 3 to 4 events that we've had. We never put a cap on it because we found that we always purchased more food than we had put on the list for the number of guests, and we've always been able to be successful with accommodating all of the guests who attended. So the last maybe 4, if not more events, there was never a cap put on it because of that. So we always purchase a little more just to ensure, and it's been successful for us. So if we get to a point where we run out of food, run out of space, then we'll deal with that.
Okay, everybody, all the residents don't use email, they don't use a computer. How do you contact those folks?
Those folks, if they're not in our system and we don't have a phone number for them to receive a text, and if they're not in our email system, they're not notified. You guys they're your neighbors. Please reach out to them because I can't be held accountable to communicating to someone who I don't have in their system. It's unfortunate if they don't use email. It's unfortunate if they don't have text on their phone. I don't have control over that. We're going to send it out to everyone in the community via the system that we use. And that's our calling post, and you need a phone number, a cell phone number, and or an email, or both, and you'll receive the notice. And if you're not receiving the notices, get with Kendra, and we can find out. Because some people who've been in the system for a very long time, they need to be reset, and so we'll have to go in and reset it and send you the code again.
I understand that, but selectively, you make the initial broadcast on some issues, but on some issues you don't make it.
Okay, what are you referring to specifically?
I'm referring to the social events that you are talking about.
Every social event that we host, there's a communication sent out.
All right, I'll hold your feet to the fire on that.
Thank you.
Now, while you got the maintenance man here, could you juice up the air conditioner a little bit? It's a little warm in here.
It's all the way up, and he says it's the time of day with the windows open, I guess, I don't know, but it is all the way up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? It's gonna move right along. I kind of started touching on the community updates and the amenities. The amenities package, I don't have an update on that from what I reported last time. I know that there was some permitting things that they're working on. They didn't address that when I was on the call with them about a week ago, so I don't have any updates on that. The plans for the Lakes Clubhouses moving forward is going to be a lifestyle center or fitness center along with some other space. And we haven't put our heads together to decide what it's going to be. I am open to some suggestions. I was thinking about theater seating, then we were thinking about lounge. I don't know what that looks like at this moment. My focus is on getting a project across the finish line and securing the funds, and then I'll deal with that once we get there. But we're moving forward with it. The contractor has submitted the bid some time ago, and we're just waiting on the corporate team to do whatever they have to do to get it approved, finally approved for us. And the Palms Pool renovations, that's a project. I have a bid to remarcite the Palms Pool area. I'm trying to get them to throw in the pavers. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get that, but we will be remarciting the Palms Pool and the Palms Spa and the coping on the spa. And if there's any way that we can get the pavers approved, then that's ideally what I wanted to do. And I chose the Palms first. I know the Lakes is probably the worst looking one. I chose the Palms first because of the project amenities package that we have coming, and I was hoping that we would be further along with the amenities package, and then we'll have a nice pool area with pavers to kind of complement the amenities package over there. So that's why I chose that one first. I do have also budgeted to do well, that got shut down, but I have some plans for the lakes pool to be remarcited and the spa as well to be remarcited. So as soon as we get quotes, well, that may happen this year, I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to juggle some money around to see if I can make the both of them happen, but I'm not sure yet. But if not, then the lakeside pool will be sometime, possibly the first quarter of next year. New homes. We have 9 new homes that are already in the community that they're working on. And then and that's all on this side of the community. We have about 9 more coming in the next maybe 30 to 60 days that are gonna be all on the south side. And then I have a wish list for, I think 8 to 10 more. So I'm waiting on them to give me the go-ahead on where to put them. So I'm driving the community and selecting some areas. There's no rhyme or reason to my selection because I'm still kind of navigating the community. But I know that there's some corner lots that I want to see homes on. So if you see some signs, some stakes going up, it may be because we've selected that lot. But yeah. So just so that you'll know, we do have 9 more coming on the north side as we wrap up the 9 that are here. We have that cul-de-sac that is pretty much almost complete. All of those homes there are either sold or rented. Yes, Charles.
And I'm the new buyer here, Miss Curry.
Hi.
Sit up. Everybody see you.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? Welcome to Palm Lake Estates. So all of those homes there are either rented or sold. And then we still have the other ones that are still have a long ways to go to get completed. Golf carts on the concrete areas around the clubhouses, our signs have arrived, and I had not enforced it. I know that I spoke of it maybe a couple months ago. Once those signs are posted, please be mindful. Don't park in areas that say don't park. If it's you can park in the parking structure where you should be parking, but not on the grass and not in front of the doors. Okay? So the signs will go up, and once they do, please observe them. Probably in the next week or so. Yeah. So, storage areas. I'm so close to being able to get those things cleaned out, and it's, we're close. If you have, or if you know someone who has something in our storage area that is old, that is expired, once I send out the notice, it's gonna get towed. And I don't wanna tow someone's boat or trailer if we don't have to, but I will. So if you know someone who doesn't live here anymore, because I'm hearing that has something there, please have them come get it. Tell them to come and get it so it can free up some space for the residents who are here, who need those spaces. Because the reason why some of those spaces are empty is because if I have a contract on it, my attorney will not allow me to allow someone else to go into that space. So I cannot impress upon you how much I don't want to tow someone's vessel or belongings. But if it's there and it's not registered, it will be held without notice once we put a tag on it. But if it's there and it's inoperable, if it's expired, please move it. Be respectful of your neighbors. We have a wait list for storage. And we really, need to get some of those spaces cleared up. And the only reason why some of those vehicles, those boats, those things are still there is because my attorney wouldn't allow me to tow them. Because it doesn't make sense that if the vehicles, the boat, the vessel, or whatever it is, the RV, has an expired plate for more than 2 years, it shouldn't be here, it should be towed. And if you have a vessel out there that has an expired plate, please put the tags on it. Please put the tags on the vessel so that it's not on the list. We don't tag it and we know that it's registered, it's properly registered. It took us to move, there was a tree growing out of a boat on the north side. We removed the tree and put a tag on it, then all of a sudden somebody who updated the tags on it. So I'm not sure I don't understand it, I don't try to rationalize anymore, but the objective is to have you help me, because I don't want to tow it, because I'm hearing that towing can be extremely expensive for something that you probably are not using but you want. Please help me help you. Move it, update the tags, or do whatever you have to do to get it compliant. Because once we tow, it'll be towed at your risk. We will not assume any responsibility for it once it leaves this community. And I say that with everything within me. I won't apologize when it's gone, because I really, really, really want you to have your belongings, but please help me help you with that. Improving the lines of communication. I am going to admit and acknowledge that we probably could communicate. I'll accept the responsibility. I could probably communicate a little more in the community, and we will. We will. Sometimes, and if I'm being candid, I don't have something to report every week, and I'm not going to report every week that I don't have something to say every week. But what I will do is have Kendra put something together to compose. If it's an update, if we don't have an update in 2 weeks, then it'll be something. This is the exact same thing that we said 2 weeks ago. Because if I don't have an update, I don't have an update. But I do realize that you still want to hear from us. And so I'm going to get better at that. We will get better at that.
May I ask you why you're not using Channel 63 anymore?
Because the company folded. They stopped being able to provide whatever once. He said he lost access to something. This was last year. He lost access to whatever the system wasn't compatible or something. And so
That was convenient for everybody.
Well, for some people, there were so many people that had no idea what I was talking about when I asked them to look at Channel 63. But I mean, probably more than half the individuals that I spoke with said they never even used it. They didn't even know what it was. So, what is it? It was a great system if it was working, because I was excited to have it. But it's where you could turn your TV to one channel, and then you would be able to see any updates that we posted. So we're using 100% the calling post, where it's email, text, and if we do something audible, it'll be audible. Yes.
Hi, I'm Mark Hipkins, lot 1342. We have a place, there's pads all over here, the yard waste. That's fine and dandy. We take care of our own yard. We don't have anybody come mow it. We take pride in our yard. And some people are taking, and I got a picture of it, mattresses, furniture, lawn or garden furniture, all that stuff. And that was put out between 10 o'clock Wednesday night until I went to work at 5:30 to 1:30. Someone snuck in there and put all this garbage in there.
They snuck where? I'm sorry, I missed that.
We got yard waste pads throughout the community where everybody put their yard waste.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Some people put the yard waste there. Other people come in the middle of the night and dump garbage. I got a queen size bed and box spring and some other garbage sitting on my side of the yard, and it makes my yard look like crap. And then when people come driving around, You know, it's like I'm looking back in East St. Louis, Belleville, Illinois.
Well, I can appreciate your frustration with that. Unfortunately, I don't have any control over someone sneaking out in the middle of the night. If you bring it to our attention and make us aware of it, then, in some cases, some individuals may come forward and tell us who they saw doing it. Otherwise, it'll be a bulk pickup when they come on bulk
Well,
pickup.
for years, they drove right by Friday, didn't pick up nothing.
Oh, really? So, can you give Millie the lot number?
1342.
So what Millie said to him is, if he calls solid waste and report that someone just threw some random junk out, they may be proactive and come out and get it. I don't know how that works, but you can at least start with alerting them that someone put something out here and see where it goes, and bring it to our attention. If you have a question, come over here, Ms. Barber, please.
Sometimes it's solid waste, like, you know, whether the employee missed it that day or whatever, so the solid waste can send the employee back out.
Natasha Boivar, lot 815. I just want to thank Peggy. Brent, it's nice to meet you. Kendra, Millie, thank you for being here. I hope that we will continue to have these meetings quarterly. I think that's something that was committed back in September of 2024. And I think it's really important to bring the community together, whether there's food or not. I don't think any of us really care about that, but the communication is really important. So first, thank you for that. There's I think 3 separate Facebook accounts, private Facebook accounts for community residents only. And I'm only on a couple of those accounts, or platforms rather. And I have noticed a lot of really difficult messages, people very frustrated about what's happening in the community, lack of communication on a regular basis, getting a notice for a brunch, then to find out it was a resident meeting, and people didn't know that at the time. Neither were there any meeting notes sent out after that purported meeting. So, people are, rallying with their neighbors to seek legal advice, seek media coverage for the community, a community of some pretty great people that are here. Most of us are probably here for the rest of our days and want to enjoy living in a community that's safe, that has community management that is transparent about their communications. And I think it's important, this is my personal opinion, to follow a protocol when you have concerns or complaints. And the first step really is to bring it to Peggy's attention. And if you've done that and you've waited a reasonable length of time, then what's the next step that you think is appropriate? So when I moved in, which was almost 5 years ago, I got a letter as part of my move-in package. And I don't know if this is still relevant or not, but I'm going to read part of this letter. And I really believe this is something that we need as residents to continue. If we have a concern and we brought it to Peggy's attention, and we either don't hear back from her, or we're not satisfied with the response, the next step should be to contact Peggy's manager. And I believe that, and correct me if this isn't accurate, Peggy, that's Charlene Silvestro. And Charlene was here meeting with the community at Peggy's meet and greet when Peggy was first hired. So I would ask that you put this information in the minutes for the people who aren't here. So what's the next step? Charlene has been in her role as regional manager for a number of years. There's also a regional vice president. His name is Jonathan Merkel. He's in Tampa. He's been with ELS for just over 2 years, not quite 2.5 years. And I would suspect if you have reached out to Peggy and you've reached out to Charlene, then it might be appropriate to reach out to Jonathan Merkel. And I would ask that you put his phone number and his email address in the minutes. Now, some of you have shared this already on at least one of the social media Facebook sites. And then, of course, there's the president and CEO, Markley Nader, who's in Chicago. And so that's what I have to say. I hope that we are able to bring our concerns forward. Peggy is committed to increasing communication and to be, responsible neighbors and help each other out and help Peggy and her team out by sharing your concerns directly. So thank you for letting me voice this. I appreciate it. And that's all I have to say about that.
Thank you, Natasha. Thank you. That is some very helpful information. The one thing, if you've gotten Jonathan Merkel's information off of the Facebook, then unless I get permission from him, then I won't post it in the minutes. However, I will list Charlene's name and I'll get her permission if she wants that also posted in the minutes. I don't have a problem with that. And you're welcome that if I'm not responding to you or giving you the answers, you're welcome to escalate it if you so choose. I can assure you that in most cases, any information, I generally have a conversation with Charlene on a consistent basis about certain things. If it's something that's going on in the community, then she's aware of it, so it's not something that she's may or may not be blindsided by. So you're welcome to reach out to her if you so fit, choose to do so. You're welcome to do so. There was something else I want to say.